Hey guys, how you doing? It's Martin. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can probably already see from the title, today we're going to talk about how you can become unshakable. In other words, how you can become your true self. What I did to become self-aware and what worked for me based on my personal experience. I tried to make everything in the video as easy as I could to understand, but not too easy as to make them meaningless. So let's get into it without further ado. Becoming self-aware means to find out who you are without the influence of the outside world. What you believe in creates your reality, and if you're currently not a really self-aware person, your ideas, beliefs all rest in the conditionings of society, family, workspace, school. They basically define who you are. The power to grow and achieve anything is a gift that we humans have. I genuinely believe if we set our minds into something, we can easily attain it with consistent effort. You just need to put in the work. But before anything, you first need to find out who you truly are. Every single person that was born into this world at some point in their life bumped into this question. What am I? Who am I? What's my purpose? It's kind of cliche, but you get it. By becoming aware of ourselves, we gain the ability to be able to identify negative behaviors and all the habits that we've developed so far that are restricting us from reaching our full potential. In turn, we can develop new ones that will help us thrive. Now let's get into how we can accomplish this easily. First, I need you to grab a pen and paper and start writing the qualities of the person you aspire to be, or the person you truly think you are under all the filters caused by society or the outside world. We'll get into details on what you exactly need to focus on while writing in a second, so just bear with me. When you write something down, you give it physical form. Create a version of yourself that aligns with your ideal vision, and make consistent efforts to get closer to that person with each passing day. If you don't pinpoint who you exactly are, you'll just aimlessly wander through life, not ever knowing what you want or what you want to be, where do you want to go in life. So this is a really important step for you to do. With this, you'll also gain awareness over your negative behaviors and habits you've developed so far, so it'll help you identify them way more easily. You're basically hitting two birds with one stone. Now, let's get into what you need to write down. When you start writing, try to focus on these 5 things. The first one would be your values. Everyone has their own values and what they care about. Our values overall shape our reality and the way we interact with it, so they're really important. Personally, I think my values are what keep me being true to myself at all times. I always try to stick by my values, I always try to follow them. As an example, I'll name a few of my own values for you guys. Yours might be similar, or if not, your overall gaining a little bit understanding of values. First one, don't fall for a black and white worldview. Life and people in general are in shades of gray, and everyone has their own reasons for what they do. So usually try not to fall for people who always try to push one narrative and they're always insisting on their side of the story. Basically, always think twice and don't judge easily. That's what I do. Second one, people are born equal. We don't know everybody's backstories, so always try to be nice unless you shouldn't be. Third one is quality over quantity. This was pretty self-explanatory, but just in case, I always aim to go for what makes me feel the best, and if I feel like it's not gonna be as good as it should be, I would ditch it. Fourth one, and this one would be the last example for values. Family always comes first. I always try to be with my family first, and if I have any mental battery left or mental space for other people, I'll also hang out with them. But if not, family comes first at all times. Okay, now let's get into the other stuff you need to focus on while writing. Your strengths. Find what you excel at. You probably have a general idea of what they might be by now. Either you can feel it deep down, or people in your life have already told you, oh, you're really good at this thing. For example, in my case, everybody always tells me you're really kind, which is true. I always try to be, and it was basically just how I was brought up. So I'd say that's one of my strengths. For you, it might be something as the power to focus, teamwork, anything. Just basically start thinking about those stuff. What are your strengths and what people have told you so far you're really good at, and yeah, just write them down. Mind you, even the things that you think you're really good at, you might struggle compared to other people in the same niche as you, but that doesn't mean anything. Don't underestimate your power to grow and achieve anything. Your goals. What do you want to attain in life? Is it a car? Do you want to be famous? Do you want to be a pro athlete? Do you want lots of money? Write all of them down, whatever they might be. And don't forget, always aim for the stars. If you aim for the stars, don't be shocked when you reach them. Your relationships. You've probably already heard this from every single person on the internet, or maybe even read it in self-help books, but the 3 people that are closest to you are the people that determine your income. What this basically means is that it's really important who you surround yourself with. The people you choose should be the ones that align with your goals and values the most. 2 of the things we already discussed. If you want to be happy, what can someone that's always sad add into your life? Nothing. Not only they won't add anything to you, they'll also bring you down with them. However, if you're just really close to someone and you cannot let them go, try talking to them, helping them, and asking them to improve with you. And if by time you see that they're not changing and they're still the same, I'd really advise you to let go. Other than that, always try to seek people that you think would be the best for you. Try to find people that align with your goals and values the most and stick by them and try to improve together. 5. Things you need to let go. Negative self-talk, a specific person, maybe religion. It can be anything. Recognize the bad habits that you currently have that are stopping you from reaching your full potential. Let me get into it a little bit deeper with some examples. Example 1, a specific person. As soon as I said that word, I'm pretty sure someone came up into your mind. Either you've already let go of that person, or there's currently someone in your life, and that person can be anyone. It can either be a family member or just someone that you met recently. It does not matter. If that person is toxic for you, you need to let them go. Obviously, in some cases with family members, you cannot completely let go, so it's always better to cease connections. Try to keep their presence in your life as minimum as you could. So there you go with one example. Another example would be that voice in your head that's always doubting you and telling you that you cannot do this. The thing is, most successful people are results of consecutive work and effort, not people that just got lucky. I mean, luck is always a factor, but not all the time. You still need to put in the work. Your biggest enemy is that voice in your head when you don't get the results you want from something right away or on the first few tries. From now on, whenever you start hearing that voice when you're trying to do something for yourself, say, "Shut up, you don't pay my bills." These voices aren't going to be internal all the time. There will also be people in your life that always try to bring you down and tell you, "No, I think you shouldn't do this, do that." Don't listen to them. When I first decided to post on social media, specifically on YouTube, people would tell me, "Don't make videos more than 10 minutes because no one will watch them." But that's not the case. There are people out there who really love me and support me and what I put out, to sit through a 20-minute video and then send me messages in my DMs giving me criticism and feedbacks. And I really appreciate that. Let go of people or things or thoughts and behaviors that are pushing you away from what you want to do. Now that we're done with all the fundamentals and what you need to write down, let's get into what you need to do in order to protect yourself on your journey. 4 habits that you need to establish. First one. Don't be crazy. Say no if you don't want to do something. Nothing like saying yes to something you really don't want to do can throw you off the road to becoming your true self. To protect your precious time, energy, and sanity, you have to learn to say no. Once you start saying no to things you don't really want to do, you'll be shocked on how good you'll feel. Not only that, but this will also help people know what your walls and boundaries are. And they will definitely respect it. Do not worry about that. This is just how normal, healthy relationships with people works. How to say no. When you say no, be direct and concise. You don't need to explain yourself or make any excuses. Just a no should suffice. If you really feel bad about saying no to someone you're really close with, you can always do something I do myself, which is say, "I'm so sorry I can't come to the event with you, but I'm looking forward to doing this activity with you in the future," or like meeting you next week. This way you'll establish with that person that the fact that you're saying no doesn't mean that you don't want to be friends with them or you don't like hanging out with them. You just simply don't want to go to that place. Also, something I recommend you never do is run away and ghost that person. This will just cover up the primary issue, which is you not respecting yourself and your feelings as much as to saying no to someone directly, and that's bad. There's also this technique you can use, which my psychologist to be friend Ava told me. It's called the empathy sandwich. You basically tell that person something positive followed by the no, then saying something positive again. For example, "Oh my god, I love your art so much, but I'm so sorry I cannot come to your showcase. However, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do amazing and they're gonna love your work." Yeah, so basically that's how you do it. We're done with the first one now, let's get into the second one. Think before you speak when you're asked the question. No one in this world should be allowed to force an answer out of you right away. Take your time, think about what answer would be the one that resonates with you the most. Pause and ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it me? Can it hurt someone or cause tension? Will I regret it? And by time that will become a habit. Usually when you're saying something you don't really mean, you know you shouldn't be saying it in your head. Catch it right there. Don't let it come out of your mouth. Habits like this are usually trained to us. Maybe as a child you were forced to make conversations with adults, or in school you probably felt really vulnerable in front of all of those kids the same age as you. Some of them probably already knew each other since they were family friends, and you just had to make something up in order to be able to talk with them. Just like this, society, family, workspace, school pushes us to think we have to make conversations with people or talk to them even though they're not meaningful or heartfelt in order to be accepted. Just like that, now you've developed this habit of talking without thinking, unconsciously, and just anxiously spew whatever comes into your mind. Don't worry, by time and practice you'll probably get over this. If you find yourself in these kind of situations when you think you cannot give an answer that's authentic to you right away, you can always say something like, can I please have a moment to think about this? And if you don't feel comfortable stating that you need some time to answer the questions, there's always techniques you can use, such as taking a sip of water, maybe coughing a bit, or saying that will buy you some time. This is something that people on live TV or during interviews always use. That will be it for the second habit you need to establish. Now let's get into the third one. You always know the answer. Be your own critic. Even though you might have many friends and scholars around you to go to when you need opinions, don't do it. Try to figure it out yourself first. First, find your own answer and try to think what could be wrong with it. Critique your own answer. Think outside the box. This way, you'll also gain independence and start counting on yourself more, which is really important. Most of the time you find out that you already have the answers and you don't even need others to tell you what to do. When you got your answers, then go to other people for their opinions. But the difference is this time you already have a clear vision of the issue inside your head because you put thought and effort into it. And that would be it for the third one. Let's get into the fourth habit. You have to accept that sometimes you will be wrong. You need to know at the end of the day we're all human and we obviously make mistakes. Give your ego a rest. Use your mistakes as a lesson. Always, 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 unless you are 100% sure, give yourself the opportunity to double check something. A strong person is someone who accepts when they were wrong and has the courage to properly apologize. Yep, that would be the fourth habit, and that's all for today. Being truly unshakable means to love regardless of the person, and at the same time being able to protect yourself and those close to you from dangerous individuals. It will also help you get productive with the things you really want to do, and it will overall make you way more happier, trust me. The quality of your life would increase so much that you would be shocked. I hope you found this video helpful, and I really wish we can all become the best versions of ourselves. Maybe then we can all come together and make this world a better place. I'm definitely gonna do more videos like this where I just sit down and talk, but I also really enjoy doing vlogs and exploring outside. So what I'm gonna do for the channel would be probably a mix of these two. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and stay tuned for future ones. Love you. Bye bye.